What is going on, everyone, and welcome back to another New Comics This Week previews episode. In today's video, I'm going over all the new releases for May 24th, 2023's New Comic Book Day. As always, I'm going to be going over all the new releases from the major publishers and a ton of the indie companies as well, those new books, variant covers, if there's any sort of important info about those issues, and of course, which ones I'm going to be getting as well. And if you are new to the channel, down below in the description, I got a chapter list of all the different publishers I'm going to be talking about today, so feel free to jump around this video. And now, without further ado, everyone, let's talk some comics. And now, as always, everyone, as I begin to talk about these books, just be aware that there's still delays and shipment issues happening amongst all the different publishers, so once it gets closer to New Comic Book Day, just check with your LCS to see which ones are actually going to be getting in. And if you were looking for Dark Horse, IDW, and Dynamite down below, usually they have their own separate tab, but today I'm going to be including them in this first batch of publishers, so just be aware of that. The first comic book publisher I'm going to be talking about today is SourcePoint Press. We've got Nightwalkers, issue number 5 on the way. Followed up with that is The Curse of Cleaver County, issue number 3. Then we've got Deep Dark, issue number 3. Moving on to Franklin and Ghost number 2. This is cover A, and now here's the cover B brown variant. Followed up with that, we got a brand new volume. We have Hope, issue number 1 coming out. Now finally from SourcePoint Press, we got Ben Mortara and the Thieves of the Golden Table, issue number 3. Next publisher is IDW, and the first one is TMNT Usagi Yojimbo, Where When, issue number 3. It's got 9 different covers. Here's cover A. This is the Berens variant, and then finally we got a 2023 online exclusive variant. Moving on, we got a brand new one for you TMNT fans. We got TMNT vs. Street Fighter, issue number 1. It's got 11 different covers. This is cover A. Here's cover B, the Williams II variant. And now finally, we've got a cover C, Riley variant. Next up is Dungeons & Dragons Saturday Morning Adventures, issue number 3. This is cover A. Here's cover B, the Hickey variant. And then finally, we've got a 1 in 10 Levens incentive variant. Now for this next one, we got Dead Seas, issue number 6. I am really enjoying this series. I highly recommend checking it out. Here's cover A. This is the cover B, Anadito variant. And then finally, a cover C, Williams variant. Moving on to Dynamite, the first one is Darkwing Duck, issue number 5. It's got 16 different covers. This is cover A. Here's cover B, the Endolfo variant, and then finally cover C, Edgar variant. Moving on to 007 for King and Country, issue number 2. It's got 10 different covers. This is cover A. Here's cover B, the Pueblo variant, and then finally cover C, Hill variant. Next up, we got a brand new one from them. It's Vampirella vs. the Superpowers, issue number 1. It's got 22 different covers. Here's cover A. This is the cover B, Lyrics variant, and then finally we got a cover C, Yoon variant. Moving on, this is the last one coming out from them this week, and it is the start of another brand new series. We got Naughty and Nice, Red Sonja, Vampirella, issue number 1. It's got 21 different covers. This is cover A. Here's the Chad Zudis variant, and then finally a Kincaid variant. Next up is Dark Horse, and the first one is Blue Book, issue number 4. I have been very back and forth in this series. Love James Tynion, love his work, he does a killer job. I'm also a fan of Aliens, the monster stuff, but this series, I don't know, it's just not really doing it for me. The first issue I thought was incredibly boring. I thought the second one was way better. The third one, I was kind of in between with. I did like it, but at the same time, I'm not sure how long the series is going to be going for, and they're just, I don't know, it's just not doing it for me right now. Here's cover A, this is the cover B, Chartier variant, and then finally we got a 1 in 10 Sheehan incentive variant. Next up is Star Wars Hyperspace Stories, issue number 5. This is cover A, and now we got a cover B, Nord variant. Now finally from them, we got All 8 Eyes, issue number 2. I did read the first issue. Wasn't bad, but I don't think it was good enough to continue on with. Here's cover A, and then we got a cover B Henderson variant. Next up is Whatnot Publishing, and we've got The Exiled, issue number 4 coming out. It's got 6 different covers. Here's cover A. This is the cover B Esquivo variant, and now finally cover C Acevedo variant. Moving on to the end of the arc, we got Quested, issue number 6 coming out. It's got 5 different covers. This is cover A. Here's the cover B Wallace variant, and then finally cover C Richardson video game homage variant. And now finally from them, this is the last one. We got Griffin, Galaxy's Most Wanted, issue number 2, and it's got 5 different covers. This is cover A. Here's cover B, the Izzo variant, and then finally we got a cover C Hidalgo variant. Moving on to Red 5, the first one's the start of a new series. We got We Are Scarlet Twilight, issue number 1, and then finally from them we got Fallen, issue number 4. Moving on to Mad Cave Studios, the first one is Hunt, Kill, Repeat, issue number 3, and then the only other one they've got is Exorcist Never Die, issue number 2. Moving on to Sumerian Comics, the first one is Pop Scars, issue number 3. This is cover A. We've got a cover B Fraser Coombe variant, and now finally a cover C Garcia variant. The only other one they've got this week is Never Ender, The Final Duel, issue number 3. Here's cover A. This is the cover B variant, and now finally a cover C variant. Next up is AWA. We've got one series finale on the way, and I'm a big fan of this one. I definitely recommend it. They've done a great job with it so far. We got Black Tape, issue number 4. Here's cover A. We got a cover B Nord variant, and now finally cover C Motley Crue homage variant. Now, as much as I'm enjoying this series, and I love rock music, I feel like they really missed on a lot of these rock and roll homage covers for this series. That's just my opinion, though. Next up, we got Ablaze. They've got Traveling to Mars, issue number 6 coming out. It's got 7 different covers. Here's cover A. This is the cover B variant, and now finally a cover C Locatelli variant. Next up is Titan Comics. They've got one brand new one for you video gamers. We got Dead by Daylight, issue number 1. It's got 7 different covers. This is cover A. Here's cover B, the Sheehan variant, and now finally cover C, Game Over variant. Moving on to Oni Press, they've got Rick and Morty, issue number 5 coming out. This is cover A, and now we've got the cover B Stressing variant. Moving on to Vault Comics, they've got Nightfall double feature, issue number 4. This is cover A, and now we've got the cover B Sheehan variant. Now finally, this is the last small indie publisher I'm going to be talking about today. We got Archie Comics. They've got one that features 2 brand new stories. It's Betty and Veronica, Jumbo Comics Digest, issue number 314, and it's only got a cover A. Out of all those publishers, all those awesome books, the only ones I plan on grabbing, we've got from IDW, Dead Seas, issue number 6, from Dark Horse, Blue Book, issue number 4, and then finally from AWA Upshot, we got Black Tape, issue number 4. But next up, let's talk about Image Comics and Boom Studios. All right, here we go, Image fans. First one today from them is King Spawn, issue number 22. Here's cover A, and now we got a cover B Keen variant. Moving on to Vanish, issue number 7. It's got 10 different covers. This is cover A. Here's the cover B Warren Johnson variant, and now finally cover C Green variant. Next up, we got What's the Furthest Place from Here, issue number 13 coming out. I absolutely love this series. It just keeps getting better and better. I love the characters. I love the world. They are just doing an absolutely killer job with it. I definitely recommend checking this one out. It's got 4 different covers. Here's cover A. This is the cover B Thorogood variant, and now finally a 1 in 10 Godlewski incentive variant. Next up is The Ambassadors, issue number 5. This is another really good series I recommend checking out. Here's cover A. This is the cover B Black and White variant, and now finally cover C U variant. Moving on to Nightclub, issue number 5. This is cover A, and now we got a cover B Temple Smith Black and White variant. Moving on to the end of the arc for Time Before Time. This is issue number 23. Here's cover A, and now we got a cover B Griffin variant. Next up is the series finale, and I'm glad this one's over. We got Radiant Pink, issue number 5. While I am reading basically everything in the Radiant universe right now, this is arguably my least favorite series. I'm just honestly really not enjoying it, but I'm going to finish it up. Here's cover A, and now we got a cover B Montez variant. Moving on to a brand new one-shot crossover, we got Supermassive, issue number 1. Everybody reading everything from the Massive universe, you definitely got to pick this one up too. Here's cover A, we got a cover B variant, and now finally a 1 in 25 incentive variant. Next one I'm going to be talking about is Indigo Children, issue number 3, another really good series. Then we have Ordinary Gods, issue number 12, and for those of you reading this one, this is the series finale. After that is Kea, issue number 8. Here's cover A, and now we got a cover B Lotte variant. Moving on to The Forged, issue number 3. After that is Dead Romans, issue number 3. It's got 5 different covers. This is cover A. This is the cover B Marinkovic variant, and now finally cover C DeLandro variant. Moving on to Terror War, issue number 2, and now finally from Image, we got Summoner's War Awakening, issue number 2. Out of all those issues, I'm going to be grabbing What's the Furthest Place from Here, issue number 13. Ambassadors, number 5. Supermassive, issue number 1. Radiant Pink, issue number 5, Indigo Children, number 3, and then finally Terror War, issue number 2. Moving on to Boom Studios, the first one is Harrower, issue number 4. Now, I'm going to be honest, I was a little on the fence with this series. In the beginning, I wasn't too sure about it. I didn't think it was that great. There was virtually no story at all. But after that 3rd issue, they threw us a nice little plot twist, a whole 180, and I was like, all right, I'm ready for this series. I'm invested. I want to see what you guys got. Definitely check it out. If you were on the fence like I was in the first couple of issues, get to number 3. They introduce an entirely new plot, and it seems very interesting. I'm excited. Here's cover A, and now we got a 1 in 15 Wolf incentive variant. Moving on to Neighbors, issue number 3. This series has been an absolute stinker. Here's cover A. This is the cover B Carey variant, and now finally 1 in 15 Lee incentive variant. Moving on to Dune, House Harkonnen, issue number 5. It's got 6 different covers. Here's cover A. This is the cover B Murakami variant, and now finally 1 in 10 Swanland incentive variant. Now finally from them, we've got The Expanse, the Dragon Tooth, issue number 2. It's got 4 different covers. This is cover A. Here's the cover B Yoon variant, and now finally 1 in 10 Young incentive variant. Out of all those issues, I'm going to be grabbing Harrower, issue number 4. But next up, let's talk about DC Comics. So the first one today from DC, we got Nightwing, issue number 104, and this is the end of the arc. It's got 5 different covers. This is cover A. Here's cover B variant, and now finally we got a cover C Campbell variant. Next up is Action Comics, issue number 1055, and this one's got 6 different covers. This is cover A. Here's the cover B Sandoval variant, and now finally a cover C Talaski variant. Moving on to Green Arrow, issue number 2. It's got 5 different covers. This is cover A. This is the cover B Nakayama variant, and now finally cover C AAPI Heritage Month variant. Moving on to Harley Quinn, issue number 30. It's got 9 different covers. This is cover A. Here's the cover B Frizen variant, and then finally a 1 in 25 Nakayama incentive variant. Continuing on with DC, we got Justice Society of America, issue number 4. This is cover A. Here's cover B, the Paquette variant, and then finally a 1 in 25 J Hero incentive variant. Moving on to Unstoppable Doom Patrol, issue number 3. It's got 4 different covers. This is cover A. Here's the cover B Janin variant, and now finally a 1 in 25 Alan Qua incentive variant. Next up is Tim Drake, Robin, issue number 9. This is cover A, and then we got a cover B Acuna variant. Moving on to the Sandman Universe, The Dead Boy Detectives, issue number 6. This is cover A. This is the cover B Ekman Lawn variant, and now finally a 1 in 25 Thompson incentive variant. Moving on, we got a brand new one coming out. We got City Boy, issue number 1. It's got 5 different covers. Here's cover A. This is the cover B In Hook Lee variant, and then finally a cover C AAPI Heritage Month variant. Next up, this is the last one coming out from DC. We got DC Ruby, issue number 4. Here's cover A, and now we got a cover B Andolfo variant. Out of all those issues, I'm going to be checking out City Boy, issue number 1. Now let's finish this video up with Marvel Comics. All right, here we go, Marvel fans. First one today from them is Thor, issue number 34. This is cover A. Here's the Garen Spider-Verse variant, and now finally we've got a Manhanini variant. Moving on to Star Wars, The High Republic, issue number 10, and this is the series finale, so be on the lookout for it. It's got 5 different covers. Here's cover A. This is the Lopez variant, and now finally got a 125 U incentive variant. Next up is Star Wars Darth Vader Black, White, and Red, issue number 2. This is cover A. Here's a LaRocca variant, and now finally a 1 in 25 Shalvey incentive variant. Moving on to Hallows Eve, issue number 3. Listen to this description they've got. Eve vs. Spider-Man, nuff said. As if enough people actually care not only about this series, but also Eve the character, that they're just going to put Eve vs. Spider-Man, nuff said. You guys don't need to know anything else about this series besides these 2 badass characters fighting each other. I don't know. Everything I always say, it's always just my opinion, but I'm personally not a fan of this series at all. I do think the character's pretty cool, but I don't know. I stopped reading it. We got a cover A. Here's the Scotty Young variant, and now finally we got a 1 in 25 Savage incentive variant. There's a total of 4 covers for this one. Moving on to Extreme Venomverse, issue number 2. What'd you guys think of that first issue? I skipped out on it. It's got 6 different covers. Here's cover A. This is the Lashley symbiote variant, and now finally a 1 in 25 In Hook Lee incentive variant. Continuing on, we got New Mutants Lethal Legion, issue number 3. Here's cover A, and now we got a Lopez variant. After that, we've got Spider-Man 2099 Dark Genesis, issue number 4, and it's got 4 different covers. Here's cover A. This is the Lashley Frame variant, and now finally a 1 in 25 Mason incentive variant. Now we got a brand new one coming out from Marvel. It's Storm, issue number 1. It's got 8 different covers. This is cover A. Here's the 1 in 25 Clark incentive, and now finally a 1 in 100 Art Germ incentive. After that, we got another brand new one. I know everyone's dying for this one. We got Daredevil and Echo, issue number 1. I'm kidding. I don't know anyone looking forward to this one. It's got 4 different covers. Here's cover A. This is the Caselli Marvel Icon variant, and now finally a 1 in 25 Shung incentive variant. After that is Bishop War College, issue number 4. Here's cover A, and now we got a Corey Smith variant. Continuing on with Marvel, we got Hellcat, issue number 3. This one's got 4 different covers. This is cover A. This is the Baldy and Spider-Verse variant, and now finally a 1 in 25 Garbett incentive variant. After that is another new one from Marvel. We got Fury, issue number 1. Here's cover A. We got the Sam Neill variant, and now finally a Del Mundo variant. After that is Warlock Rebirth, issue number 2. It's got 4 different covers. I read the first issue. I thought it was all right. I know a lot of people who really enjoyed it. I wasn't on that level, but it wasn't a bad series, all things considered, coming out from Marvel lately. Here's cover A. This is the Noto variant, and now finally a 1 in 25 Kane Remastered incentive variant. And now finally from them, this is the last one we've got. It's the Excellent, issue number 3. Here's cover A, and now we got a cover B Bustos variant. Out of all those issues, I'm probably going to grab Warlock Rebirth, issue number 2. We're going to see how the rest of the week goes. But those are all the new comics coming out this week, folks. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching. If you want to check out some more content, I've got 2 more that's going to be popping up very shortly over here. Let me know down below in the comment section which books you're looking forward to most, which ones you think I'm going to be missing out on. And now if you guys are interested, down below in the description, I've got my Discord listed. It is free to join. We're up to like 50 members. We talk comics and all the other cool stuff going on in the community. If you got any questions about it, feel free to reach out to me. Thank you again, everybody. Have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you in the next one.